Yo, what's up guys, your boy Hashirama. Today in this video, we're gonna be taking a look at Hashirama Senju in attack missions as a solo and as a main character. We're gonna be taking him today in 4 different games. The first game, we're gonna be using the kit you see right here. We're basically taking the best cards, the best tools, and obviously his ultimate maxed out at level 8. Now, for the second game, we're gonna be trying to use free-to-play cards to see whether he works solo as he is with the pay-to-win cards. Then in the third game, we're gonna actually play solo as well, but in the third game, we're actually gonna try to solo the whole fortress. For the first 2 games, we're actually gonna do something called gate crashing. You already know gate crashing. If you do, it's not something pleasant, but if you want to make Hashirama a double S tier or, you know, win consistently, you're gonna have to gate crash. You're gonna see how to gate crash with him. And then for the last game, we're gonna take him as a main character. And obviously, as a main character would be easier because then you're taking other characters with you to get you some kills and make the game easier for you. Now, for the first game, we're gonna be taking him with the best cards, as you can see, the best tools as well. As you can see, this is his ultimate max level. We're taking the wood expulsion jutsu. Now, this is from his old kit, and it's a 3-star base. It's a very good jutsu. You're gonna see why it's very important for him if you want to solo with him. And then we have the Force Destruction. It's a very good jutsu to get you some CP back. It's not very really recommended or needed for the first method, which is gate crashing, because you're not gonna need that much CP anyway. And then you have the Sage Art Gracious Deity Gates, which is very important. You're gonna need it for the defense buff more than anything else. And of course, the seal effect is really needed there as well. Alright, so this is gonna be his kit. We're taking, of course, his tool from the step up number 4 and his step up summon, and we're giving him defense effect for the highest defense possible in the game. This is the first character that I actually recommend giving defense over attack. I'm gonna see why in this video. We also have the Scarlet Uniform, mostly for the burst effect resistance, and also the Talisman, Sharingan Talisman, from a step-up summon for Sasuke that was here like 2 or 3 months ago. So again, the Talisman is here also for the resistance against Burst Effect. Burst Effect is the only thing that can destroy him, honestly. So yeah, we're just gonna take him into the first game now and see how good he is. Alright, so Hashirama can easily solo some fortresses like this one completely. He doesn't even need to gate crash, but there are other fortresses like the one from the One Tail. That one is pretty impossible for him to solo unless you're really good with detecting traps. So in this video, or in this game, you're gonna see how we can solo a whole fortress. So first of all, you need actually to get the resistance here in case you screw up and you get sent to any floor with a terrain trap. You want that 10% resistance to any of these attacks that can hurt you badly. Now, if you're gonna use Hashirama as a main or as a solo, you're gonna need to learn how to detect traps with his Rigo attacks. It's like the hardest thing, but still, yeah. You can never be perfect with his Rigo attacks in detecting traps, but if you play enough, I think you will get right to it. Alright, these installations right here are like a prize. You get a lot of CP from that. Alright, just getting rid of all these useless traps. Alright, there we go. We don't even need anything, we just need the Rigo attacks. Even if we get sealed, it doesn't matter. Alright, so we're done. Don't even bother with the whole thing with this Genjutsu trap. He's really OP, by the way. And only Kabuto can actually do something wrong to him. Like he doesn't get affected by all these attacks. He always gets healed to the maximum after every fight. So the only character that can really hurt him is Kabuto. So you don't want to ever enter Kabuto's room with with a tornado trap. Alright. Always use your regular attacks to deal the most damage to get a lot of CP as well. And if you have the chance to use your ultimate and finish the games fast, the attacks faster, then do it. Alright, so we just screwed up here. It actually might cost us the game, since we don't have enough time anymore. So we're gonna have to use the attacks here to get rid of him faster. Now we still have to kill one more character, which is Darby, I think. I believe we have time for that. Or maybe not. Okay, in this case we're probably gonna just gate crash. Actually, still have the time actually. So we'll see whether we can do it without... Alright, it's gonna be terrible here. Yeah, I think we're not gonna have time for... I think we do. It's really hard to tell whether we have time or not. Okay, we have time. We do have time. It's gonna be easier. Darby doesn't have really that much defense or HP, so it was easy to destroy him. Now, for the final room, there are a lot of ways to enter the final room. You're gonna see the reason why we're taking the expulsion jutsu here. And that's obviously because we want to have another chance to use to enter other than just using the ultimate. Not everyone is good with using the ultimate. So we're gonna do this here. And when you enter, you want to do this. Okay, doesn't work. Just gonna have to use the ultimate here as soon as we enter. Well, there's a way to enter using the seal effect. So you just lure the enemies into the gate and then enter with the seal effect. You seal them all and then use the ultimate. Easy. And you have a lot of chances to use your seal effect to seal all the enemies there instead of the ultimate, just wasting the ultimate for 40 seconds and waiting 40 seconds more to get the ultimate again. It's easier to just enter with the seal effect. In that case, you have everyone sealed and easy to be ulted after that. Alright, this game is also pretty much possible to be soloed completely, but I want to showcase how to gate crash. Because in the fortresses where you have to deal with a lot of traps, you're not going to have enough time to really solo everything in the fortress. So in this case, we're just gonna take tornado trap at the beginning. In this case, we're just gonna gate crash. Actually, that's great. That's saves me a lot of time. Maybe not. Alright, still good. Still good. We're still good. So having the resistance is very useful in case you get sent to some room that you don't want to be sent to with the tornado trap. Then in that case you have the chance to survive, since 10% of the damage of any attack will actually be resisted. Alright. So we have Boruto here. Oh god, okay. Okay, in this case we can just kill Boruto. Yeah, with the regular attacks. It was kinda hard that we're getting sealed one time after the other, but honestly it should be pretty easy if you yeah, well, Kabuto. Senju. Actually, we're soloing the whole fortress here. Alright, we just need to kill one more character, right? Actually, no, we're not gonna do that unless we really have to. Oh yeah, we have to probably. No, we don't. Okay, I just want to show the gate crashing method because it's kind of easier to gate crash than just entering. Sometimes, not all the time actually. Alright, we have the last ones here, alright. Yeah, I knew it was there. Just didn't want to bother getting slid into the auto isolation anyway. But hey, we are good to gate crash now. Alright, so for gate crashing, you want to make sure that you see everyone in here, including the what was her name? Ren, right. So Ren used her ultimates on the expulsion jutsu. Pretty funny. And that basically makes it safe to enter. So you just want to lure the enemies into using their attacks on the expulsion jutsu. Most of the time, if Ren has her ultimate only equipped, she's gonna use it on the expulsion jutsu, and it's very easy to enter after that. Because when you enter, you're gonna enter knocked down, and nobody's gonna attack you until you come back up. And you, at that point, you're gonna have to be very fast at clicking your ultimate, because if you don't click your ultimate fast enough, as soon as you get back up, the enemies will actually attack you before you do. So in that case, you always want to use your ultimate before they use their attacks. Alright, so for this game, we're gonna do the gate crashing method again, and I forgot to do something actually last game, which is using my I forgot what it's in, the Sage Art attack before a gate crash, because when you use it, you get a huge buff in defense, and that actually helps you survive in case you don't use your ultimate before they attack you. So in this case, we're taking actually free-to-play cards, nothing else other than yeah, just ultimates, and the same kit that we have. Of course, we're going to be using the same ultimate. By the way, for the method of gate crashing, you don't need a level 8 ultimate. A level 1 ultimate would work perfectly, because you're not going to use it actually more than just 3 times. Or maybe 4 times maximum. And 60 seconds cooldown ultimate is pretty decent there. We're taking also free-to-play vests and tools and things from the Christmas. And as you can see, we have a lot of defense still, a lot of HP, and it should be enough. So let's go ahead and try this out. This time we have much less defense, by the way, and much less attack as well. In this case, I would actually just take a tornado trap. I would just do this and take a tornado trap and use my ultimate. So just use the expulsion jutsu and then use the Sage Art to get the defense and take a tornado trap. In that case, you will survive against any character, even sometimes Kabuto. But if Kabuto had an aroma isolation next to him, you're probably gonna die anyway. So it's yeah, it's better if you just stay safe and detect the traps on the first floor. And after that, you can just get your CP back just from regular attacks. And wait until the enemy is unsealed and seal them again. Don't use your attacks, the Sage Art, unless you actually see the enemy is unsealed. Alright, so there we go. See, we didn't actually use the ultimate until now, except for one time, I think. Alright, so I noticed that sometimes this seal effect doesn't really work on all the enemies, so it's not really guaranteed, or maybe it is. It just it doesn't, like, I thought that it doesn't get resisted at the beginning, but actually it seems like it gets resisted. So yeah, we use the ultimate there because we're gonna use it anyway before we enter the final room, because you always want to have full HP before you enter the final room. And in that case, we're just gonna gate crash. We have 3 doors in here, so we're gonna lose a lot of HP. In this case, you want to be very safe when you enter. So we're gonna try to trigger all of their attacks. Alright, there's no Ren in here. If there's a Ren, she would definitely just trigger her ultimates. And we don't have any characters here that actually paralyze you, so that's good. Just want to make sure that Naruto uses his Kurama Roar before we enter, and maybe Itachi to use his Fire Style Jutsu, because he could seal us with that. Alright, so we have all the time actually to make sure that we enter without any of them having their best attacks. That could hurt us. Alright, one more time and then we're gonna enter. The cost I think is just like 60 CV cost or something. And there we go. So that's how you do it. Just make sure to use the expulsion jutsu for resistance before you enter, and of course the Sage Art to give you the defense buff. And then even like we didn't actually use the ultimate as soon as we entered because Naruto managed to hit us before we use the ultimate. If you're fast enough, you'll always use it before they do. Yeah, it's a really easy way to get crash with Hashirama. Alright, so I found another game here and we have Ren in the final room. I want to make sure that you guys understand how to use the expulsion jutsu to get rid of her ultimate. Sometimes it doesn't work, but yeah, we're gonna see how to get around that. Now we're gonna have to kill Kabuto and I think maybe one more character before that. So yeah, let's just do that now. Now take your time in the first room. You don't want to go to any of the other floors. There we go. Actually, after you play with him for a long time, you're gonna figure out how to use his regular attacks for all the useful ways to get rid of the enemies. Alright, there we go. We'll get rid of it this way. He has only attack buff, so it's okay. We don't have to destroy that installation. That armor installation just gives attack, it doesn't give defense, so we're good. Oh no. Alright, so I used the Sage Art earlier than I should. Okay, I was gonna use Malcolm anyway to get the HP back. That damage return effect is just really annoying. Alright, this is another room that you're gonna have to be very careful at. Take all your time here, just don't do any mistakes here, because if you do, you're gonna have to go through the whole fortress, and you don't want to do that. So one tick at a time. Just look at where his leg was the last time you used your oh god damn it. So you can never be perfect with it. So that's why I don't really think he should be a double S tier. Or if he is a double S tier, he has to be really low double S tier. But yeah, you're just gonna have to be very perfect with your regular attacks. I only played with him for like 2 days. That's why it took me a while to make this video. There's definitely something in here. Okay. Oh, okay. So that's what I'm talking about. This is really sad. Alright, we still have time actually to do this. Kind of. Kind of, right? Yeah, we still have time. Now, there's another problem here, which is that we have to get rid of the traps in here. There are a lot of traps possibly in here. So, yeah. I mean, we're kind of close there. So, we still have a chance. we still have a chance. So we got rid of all of this and all of that and all of... yeah, there we go. Alright. Well, there's the problem. She has an attack that actually prevents her from using her ultimate. She used her ultimate, it's over. So at this case, we wasted time. Actually, we could have just lured her into using her ultimate, but we were late. In this case, it would have been easy if we had like extra 10 seconds, and it would have made it so much easier. So that's what I'm saying. He's really good. He can solo if you know how to be perfect with your regular attacks detection of the traps. Otherwise, you're gonna have to go through the whole fortress. In that case, you're gonna waste time and lose, and that's just really annoying. So in case Rin didn't use her ultimate here, that means she has a lot of other attacks to use other than the ultimate. In that case, we would have just gate crashed right next to Rin, so she would use any of her attacks and not the ultimate, and we would actually be able to use the ultimate on them before she actually uses her ultimate and give them the invincibility. And in case she does use the ultimate and before we use our ultimate and they get the invincibility, you will get healed from your ultimate. You just have to run away for 10 seconds and then seal them and keep sealing them and debuff their speed until you get your ultimate back. For that, you're gonna need time, and again, if you screw up the whole thing with the traps, you're not gonna have the right time for that, enough time for that. Alright guys, so in this game we're gonna take a full team. This is a really good fortress, by the way. Most of the characters here are top tier characters, actually all of them. So we're gonna take a full team of attackers. We don't need any healers here. I mean, we're taking care of Naruto because he's really good at, you know, killing enemies, not just because he's a healer. But we don't need healing. We have our ultimate to heal us to the maximum after every usage, and all the team as well. The whole team gets healed to the maximum. So we're taking this team right here. All these attackers have really huge ultimates, huge range in their ultimates, and they can kill the enemies if they get triggered, of course. And they have a lot of HP. They survived for the longest time, so that's why we're taking them. We really don't need any healers again, and we're gonna go ahead and play with this team now. Alright, so in this case, we're just gonna do the same thing we always do, Explosion Jutsu, and then the defense buff, and take a tornado trap. Doesn't really matter. Okay, that's not the tornado trap they want, but yeah, okay, no, that's the tornado trap that I want. Alright. Okay, somebody got triggered Shisui. Now Shisui is definitely in another room where he's probably gonna get destroyed by Kabuto, I think. Never mind, he used his ultimate. That's why you want characters that actually can survive and use their ultimate whenever needed. Alright. I guess we take a tornado trap here. Yeah, alright. So I think he found oh. How is he getting healed? Did he end up in my room or what? He probably was in my room. There's no way he's getting healed by that amount. Oh, right, never mind. He actually found the frog sparring thing. Or what is it called? The frog shop. Anyway, he's getting healed to the maximum for free. So thank you to whoever actually put that in there. So that means Kabuto's dead. It's great. Naruto's probably stuck in the room on the bottom. Oh, never mind. He's here. Okay, so this Hashirama is destroyed now. Can use my ultimate here on this Naruto. Just have to kill one more character to get Sasuke, and we should be good at that point. So my whole team should be always healed to the maximum as long as they're with me. Alright, so there we go. Now after they get sealed, there's no way they can do anything about that. And even though we were just like getting rid of them with our regular attacks, you have your teammates to even finish it much faster. Now the whole fortress is destroyed. This fortress, by the way, is pretty easy because yeah, if you take a turret trap, you can always run back in like a few seconds. The one with the one tail, you're gonna have to, the fortress of the one tail, you're gonna have to get rid of the traps one by one. And in that case, we're gonna do something that we used to do before, we haven't done it in a long time. And in that case it's pushing your teammates to detect the traps. So you have to do that to make sure that you don't screw up yourself. And in that case, your teammates will take the turret traps instead of you. So that's what you want to do in any time that you have to detect turret traps in the final room, or the room before the final room. So there's one in here. There we go. So that means it's so easy to get rid of the traps. Mobility is really not needed here, and yeah, we're just gonna actually do this here. To enter this room, you can easily just use your ultimate as soon as you enter. And there we go, we got rid of the ultimate for Ren. Should be pretty easy after this. You can either enter with your Sage Arts and seal them all, or just use your ultimate. Okay, I screwed up, I didn't even use anything as soon as I entered. But it doesn't matter. The ultimate of Ren is already done for, and from there it's a walk in the park. Alright, so that's Hashirama, the god of all shinobi. He is definitely a top tier character right now. He is amazing. His ultimate is amazing. His kit is amazing. If you know how to use him, he's definitely a double S tier. Just you have to perfect to make your Rigo attacks detection of the turret traps perfect, and from there he's definitely a top tier character. All right, so that's Hashirama, guys. I don't know whether I should put him in the double S tier because he is definitely really good. He can solo, he can gate crash, he can do well in a team, in a full team. He carries the whole team, he heals the whole team. He's perfect. He is amazing. His ultimate at level 8 is just awesome and insane. And honestly, I don't know whether I should put him in the double S tier or the S plus. Like, he's either a very high S plus or he's maybe in the bottom of the double S tier because of the whole mobility problem. But even though he has a mobility problem, you can actually tell that it's possible to go around that. And we explained all the possibilities to do that in this video. So, do you guys think he is a double S tier? Because I think so. He definitely deserves to be at the double S tier. And in case you think he's an S plus or even lower than that, let me know why you think that in the comment section below. But overall, he's definitely worth the Shinobites. The full kit review is probably going to be coming in the next few hours, maybe in a day. And yeah, you guys will know whether he is overall worth the Shinobites or not. But right now in attack missions, if you want him as a main character, he's definitely worth the Shinobites. As a sub character, he's also pretty good, like really, really good. He's like the third best support character in the game now, after Rin and Kale and Naruto. So again, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.